Good evening and welcome to Swain County High School, home of the Maroon Devils. At this time, we'd like to pay tribute to this great nation of ours with the singing of our national anthem. We ask all in attendance to please rise. Remove all headwear and all talking and other distractions cease. Tonight's national anthem will be performed by the Swain County High School cheerleaders. And now, our national anthem.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And now let's meet our starting lineups for tonight's women's contest. First, for our visitors from Hayesville High School. Number 2, Bryce Graves. Number 5, Stephanie Patton. Number 12, Savannah Anderson. Number 20, Amanda Thompson. And number 35, Rebecca Heatherly. And now for your Lady Devils. And one forward, number 5, Emily Stiles. At guard, number 12, Lindsay Hicks. At the other guard, 20, Gabby Jones. Here, other forward, number 23, Taylor Medley. And at center, number 25, Lydia Sale. Hello again, everyone. Toby Burrell, joined tonight by my good friend Tammy Burns, as we've got live Lady Devil basketball coming your way as Hayesville's in town. The second place Hayesville Yellow Jackets and Tammy, our Lady Devils, have got their work cut out for them.
They sure do, Toby. I think they got beat. Hayesville only got beat by Cherokee by 3, and that was at Cherokee, and they play again on the next Friday?
Yep, next Friday. So it should be a dandy over in Hayesville.
Right.
And you know they play well at home.
They sure do.
So Hayesville opens up with a tip, and they are led in scoring by number 5, Stephanie Patton, and she's a three-point specialist from the look of their statistics. So Swain starts out in a light man-to-man as they're guarding Thompson, and the other 3 just kind of lightly, and that one's canned right away by Heatherly. And now here comes a three-quarter court trap. Swain should be used to that. They've seen it
all year long.
Yeah, all year long. So Hicks beats the pressure and she steps out of bounds, unfortunately. So that was a case, Tammy, where I believe the forwards left her, and we're already under the basket rather than helping out on the press. So this is a little bit backwards kind of defense. It'll take the Jackets a minute or two to figure out what's going on. Probably take us longer than that, but it looks like a reverse triangle and 2 with Patton and Thompson, the Jackets' 2 best players.
I walk on number 2 there, the Graves.
Being guarded man-to-man and trying to take them out of the game. Patton averaging 20 points a game, Thompson adding 12. And let me just go ahead and say that Amanda Thompson and Kendall Toynita from Cherokee are the 2 best players in the conference. 3 on the way by Taylor Medlin. So that's a good start for Taylor, who I know isn't feeling well. She's a little bit under the weather, so she gets the Lady Devils off to a good start. And now Hayesville will attack that inverted triangle. And there's Thompson with the ball. Goes back door.
Yes.
And she cut and stopped, that she being Stephanie Patton. So the Jackets remain in their press. It's more of a half-court variety. You can see them picking Jones up at
more of a trap. They're trying to get him to go.
And Medlin with another 3 on the way, almost.
Nearly off the.
And there comes Patton with the ball all the way to the basket. Hicks with her, and there's a foul on the freshman, Lindsey Hicks. The first of the ball game, and we're at 3-2 Swain with 6:25 remaining in this first quarter of play. And that sends Patton to the free throw line, as we said, averaging 20 points a game. So she's got to get them from a variety of sources. But, you know, Tammy, one place she gets them is she's hit 41 threes on the year.
That's unbelievable.
Well, it's more than our top 3 added together. Our top 3 three-point shooters have 39, and she's got 41 on the year. So
then you have Amanda Thompson behind her with 12 three-pointers. Look.
And more importantly for Thompson, she fills up a stat sheet in a hurry. Good pass underneath, good rebound.
Because she leads every leading score thing, or she leads in blocks, steals, assists, and rebounds. We've got a foul on Emily Stiles, number 5.
And Savannah Anderson made that basket to give the Jackets their first lead. And she will get a free throw for her trouble. So Anderson, a senior. This is a senior-laden Jacket squad. They do not play the same type of basketball as Cherokee, so don't expect the high-scoring 70, 80 points. They're more in the 50s and 60s with what they do, but they still want to pressure. And there's a turnover by Sale as we just got too big a rush, which is what they want you to do. Now Thompson brings it down. She finds a 3. Pump fake and in by Anderson, who now has 5 on the game. 7-3 your score. Hicks in the backcourt. Slowly approaches. Goes ahead to Sale. Sale kicks it cross court. They had Medlin in the corner, and there's another turnover by the Devils.
Toby, she's open every play if they could just find her.
That's the trick.
Yep.
Ooh, there's the backcourt. Nobody saw it.
There we go, except you and I.
Yeah, we're sitting right here, though. They got 2 open on the
good
block.
Job. Good
inside the Stiles. Good job. And Jones with her second assist of the night. And we've got Emily Stiles, who started our last game that we carried and did a great job starting the ball game for the Lady Devils. So now they've switched defenses a little bit. It's still a triangle, but they're going to put 2 in the block. And Weatherly does not look like she wants to shoot it. Jones picks it up, goes all the way, and lays it in.
Good job by Gabby Jones. Hayesville's calling a timeout. A great start of the ball game, Toby, for our Lady Devils.
Great start for the Lady Devils. 7-7 score. You really couldn't have drawn it up any better than that, forcing Hayesville to a timeout. Taylor Schuler set to check in, one of the seniors for the Lady Devils. Coach Nathan Medlin really likes to rotate his post players a lot. So you'll see that a lot, and they know that, so they want to get up and down the court and force the opposing team's post players to
run out of
exert
steam.
themselves.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
What I feel we have to do tonight is watch our fouling. That's always been a problem, I think.
Well, and what's hurt these Lady Devils is the opposing team having more free throws.
Correct.
That's where it hurts. They're not having to work on defense. They're just getting free throws. So Hayesville will inbound. Thompson will do the honors, and as Tammy mentioned earlier, she's averaging 10 rebounds a game, 4 assists, 4 steals, and right at 2.5 block shots a game. So Amanda Thompson, number 20, will fill up a stat sheet. She's already committed to play college ball, and a very good player for 4 years over there for Coach Chad McClure and the Lady Jackets. That's their leading scorer, and that's a wild shot.
Our defense, all right, good job, Lindsay, taking
Hicks into the front court, gets a screen from Stiles. Medlin surveys the situation. Now dribble improves all the way to the hole, not stop. And that rebound pulled out of there by a fresh into the game, Camonte Lloyd. And there is the three on its way.
Wow.
And that's what we said from Stephanie Patton.
That was 5 feet behind the three-point line.
She's got some range,
Great
doesn't
day.
she?
A different shot also. It's not your –
And long reach. So Patton with a steal. She pulls up, takes that shot. She's instant offense. She's already got 7.
Wow.
And just like that, after 7-7, it's 12-7 Jackets.
We've got to make crisp passes. We can't lob them tonight or they will be all over them.
Stiles out front, controlling the ball. Back.
Good pass.
Nice
Good pass.
Medlin under the basket too far. Can't do anything with it. And Lloyd with her second rebound since coming into the ball game. And look at that fast break by the Jackets. And Jones forced to foul Patton, who will go to the line again where she made 2 to begin with. Trying to get the broadcaster jinx going here and see if we can force her to miss a free throw. 12-7. We're at 3:50 in the first. Patton back to the line.
There we go.
It worked.
All 5 starters, Toby, are seniors for Hayesville.
They're very, very experienced. Carrie Jones in for Gabby Jones, a Jones for Jones substitution for Coach Nathan Medlin, and Emery Patton in for the Jackets.
A 10th grader.
So Stephanie Patton makes good on her first one. And just like that, the press is beat, but Stiles got her feet too busy and walked with it. So 13-7, another turnover for the Lady Devils, another opportunity for the Jackets to build their lead. And Hicks draws the assignment against Patton. And that ball kicked. Taylor Schuler looking
It's
like
about
a
3
soccer
feet off
player.
the floor, and she popped it up. That's pretty quick reflexes. I don't know if mine would be that quick,
mine
Toby.
wouldn't, for sure. So Jackets to inbound. Thompson with the ball on the wing. She surveys it. Overload of players on that wing. Lloyd backs Schuler down. Medlin with the rebound. And here come the Devils. Still getting trapped. Cross court to Stiles. She passes it to Medlin. Medlin to the corner to Jones. Back to Hicks. Hicks a long 3 on the way.
Oh,
it's good.
Good job. A 3 by Lindsay Hicks, a true freshman.
So it's 13-10. The Lady Devils hanging around here in the first quarter. 3 minutes and counting in this one. Patton on the wing, dogged by 2 Lady Devils. Medlin reaches in, gets a piece of it. Now Jones takes over along with Hicks. Thompson in the corner, doubled. Stiles gives up the baseline. Thompson goes all the way and is fouled by Taylor Schuler. So our foul situation right now is 4-0 Swain.
We were talking about that earlier, the
we
foul
were.
situation.
That really is a key. And
the opposing team always gets to the line so many more times, so they get all these free points.
Right. They don't have to work for what they're doing. As you can see so far, they're having to work for everything they get. It's not been easy.
Right. They've been playing excellent defense.
Medlin holding her own on that backside block. Good job pulling down the rebound. Here comes Hicks charging into the front court. Almost stolen. She could almost pass it off, and we finally got a foul. Savannah
12.
Anderson whistle for that one for the Jackets. It's their first. The Swain has 4. We're at the 2:34 mark here of the first period. So Hicks and Lane will be the backcourt. Medlin will help out with ball duties. And Hicks with a freshman mistake right there dribbles it backcourt. And it will be Jackets ball.
I coached Lindsay last year on the middle school team. hadn't coached in 28 years and came back out, and we had a good season.
Well, she's a dandy. Lloyd working down low, kicks it back out, a 3 on its way, and that one's good by Savannah Anderson, who has 8 points. Stiles wrestles with it, got it, finds Hicks streaking. She's posts herself up for a 3. Schuler with a rebound, back to Lane, and Lane, ill-advised pass there, back cross court. And they found Patton again, who misses, but Schuler's there for the rebound. And here come the Devils. Lane pushing it, kicks it to the block to Schuler, who goes hard. No luck, gets her own rebound, and then is foul. So Taylor Schuler being aggressive
Number
underneath.
20.
That's
Amanda Thompson.
That'll be her first, and that'll be a key to get her in foul trouble.
That's their first foul.
Second
Foul tonight. Okay.
Medlin out. You'll see her trying to get a little bit more rest than normal because, as we said, she didn't even practice for the Lady Devils yesterday because of an illness, so she's not feeling well, and the Lady Devils certainly will need her scoring.
Hayesville seems to be
Jones lines up a 3. It's up, no good. Stiles digs at it, can't get it out of there, and here come the Jackets.
Hayesville seems to be substituting at will also.
So out top is newly into the game, Madison McClure. She goes down low to Thompson, backs herself down, kicks it back out. And now here comes Patton working the same side of the floor, and there's a foul on Gabriella Lane. Gabby's first. Brooklyn Brown will check in, most likely for Stiles, who has not received a breather yet. And we'll see how Swain attacks Thompson at this point with Stiles, who has had primary duty on her the whole ball game. It looks like Lane is going to take Patton. Jones is matched up with her right now, Thompson that is. And that pass over the head, but Thompson recovers it. Knocks Jones off of the ball. Pass back over to McClure, who dribbles against Hicks, and Taylor Schuler has no intention of going out to the three-point line on Lloyd. Thompson, nice pass, and that's why she averages 4 assists a ball game.
Everybody breaks on her, and then wide open right under the basket.
That was well played by
number
Amanda
45,
Thompson.
Lloyd.
Hicks is having some problem, and we got a timeout. Coach Nathan Medlin bailing Hicks out in that backcourt. 42 seconds remaining in the first. It's the Jackets 18-10 over the Lady Devils, but you know, Tammy, it's been a pretty good first quarter considering Hayesville, the second place team in the conference, overall record 12-4, 6-1 in the conference. Swain within 8 right here is not a bad start.
No, their pressure is what's given us trouble more than anything, and our passes are lobbing, and we've got to find a way to make crisp, short passes and get this press broken.
Well, the trick to it, I think, is it's different than Cherokee in that Cherokee's 2 people went after the ball. Hayesville seemed to be content to make you pass it into the passing lanes that they've got covered.
Right.
And that's a totally different approach that you have to make adjustments to. And that's tough for a freshman.
Right,
and
it is.
Tough for a senior, for that matter. Hicks at the top. Now they'll go against a zone here against the Jackets. Hicks battling with McClure. She finds Lane over on the opposite wing, goes all the way across court. Dangerous passes. And Hayesville with another Swain turnover goes into the front court. And Gabby Lane will take Thompson now. Patton out on the wing. Lane's got her. So Gabby's going to guard everybody. Literally. I'm not kidding. She's guarding everybody.
She's going from one to the other.
She just goes from one to the other. Doesn't matter. Patton all the way to the baseline.
Looks like a moving screen right there on 45 to me.
Taylor Schuler trying to fight around that screen, hooked up with Patton. It'll be Schuler's second. Is it her second or just one? We got a sub coming in. That's Savannah Anderson, who has 8 points and leads the Jackets right now. It's her and Patton that have done all the scoring. Here comes Thompson, though. Lane rips it out of there. Can she hang on to it? Well, nonetheless, it's going to end the first quarter of play. So a good first quarter for the Lady Devils as they are behind the Jackets 18-10, and we'll take a break. So the second 8 about ready to get underway here from Swain County High School. Appreciate you making the Maroon Devils Network part of your evening. Hope you're watching us and supporting Swain County High School basketball. A big wrestling match tonight, Tammy, as the Maroon Devils are over at Robbinsville, and it's huge. And I promise you that if we get any results, we're going to pass them along to you and keep the Maroon Nation fully informed on what our wrestling team's doing over at Robbinsville. And
I believe I could get a hold of Tavish Brown.
That would be a good one. I think Coach Blankenship, Neil, promised me that if he heard anything, he would get up with me. So we hope to hear something. Swain back with their starters except for Brooklyn Brown, who's in the low post. Jones bounces that one off her head, now tries to find somebody open. Finds Brown on the baseline, who goes hard. Thompson blocks the shot and has the rebound. So that's how you fill up a stat sheet, folks. And straight to the hole goes Stephanie Anderson, who now has 10. And that ball rolls away, and they will stop play momentarily. 7:35 in the first. And I'll tell you something about Stephanie Patton that's different, Tammy, is she's got a long wingspan out there. She's given us a lot of trouble throwing over top of her here in this early going in this press.
She has very long arms. I mean, very long arms. For her size, they're probably, it's like Grace Cade that's not being able to play for us right now.
Thompson hard to the hole, and she's on the board scoring-wise.
Grace's arms are a good 5 inches longer than normal.
That makes great sense for basketball players.
Sure does.
There's another turnover. We got to make the easy passes. It's going to end up going our way, as it was tapped out by Bryce Graves over on the wing. So they'll let it come into Hicks. Hicks will be trapped. She pushes it down to Jones, who has to go to the floor to retrieve it, hands it back to Hicks. Hicks goes backside block, which is open, and there's Sale who shoots it over, and Thompson rips it from Brooklyn Brown's hands and goes the other way with it.
It seems if you stop one threat, another one comes through.
Yeah, you got to pick your poison. And there's a screen for Patton. Jones fights off of it and then overruns it. Patton with a running one-hander, and it's good.
Beautiful shot. I mean, she follows through like I've never seen before.
Yeah, long follow-through extension. So Hicks directs traffic now, looks up, finds Jones. Jones holds it. See, Hayesville's trap never moves. They're not looking to get the ball. They're looking to make you pass it to a lane they've got covered. That's a tough trick. Lloyd quickly back up off the bench and in for Graves.
They do it very well too, Toby.
They sure do. They've created a lot of problems for Swain. They now, after just trailing by 8, Swain's down by 14 just like that. Medlin out on the wing. Hicks with a 3 on its way. It's up and it's off. Thompson will track that down and head the other way for her third rebound in just a short few minutes. Thompson looks to go coast to coast and does, and sticks it in. So Amanda Thompson beginning to exert herself in this ball game. Somebody needs to go to the middle of the S for Swain right now. There's Brooklyn Brown in that middle. Medlin looking over. She finds Jones. Jones dribble penetrates and is double teamed again and loses the ball. Familiar story. We keep dribbling and moving into double teams.
Quick passes is what we've got to do.
Well, I tell you what, though, this Cherokee-Hayesville showdown on the 30th is going to be a real dandy. It should be something.
That will be a barn burner.
And I'm sure the jacket hive, if that's what they call it over there, will be filled.
Whoa.
And that's Patton again. I can see how she's averaging 20 now. I didn't know at first, but
a few threes.
A few.
It'll get there quick.
And the Sale on the block against Thompson. Sale's shot is up. She battles for it, gets it back, finds Jones. Jones is good.
Good job. We finally broke the ice here in the second quarter.
And, of course, that draws an immediate timeout. Apparently, we can't score. Coach Chad McClure has something to talk to his troops about, so he takes a quick timeout. We'll stay right here because it's a 30-second timeout, and Gabby Jones with 4 points leads the Lady Devils. On the other side of the slate, Patton with 13 already leads the Jackets, and it's a 29-12 lead, and we're only 3 minutes into this quarter essentially. So basically a huge run by the Jackets, who at one time were up 18-10, and now
at the end of the first quarter
it's 11-2 in this quarter, and they just sort of run away with it. And they've done so by attacking the paint. Amanda Thompson getting
she's doing pretty much at will in the paint.
Yeah, she's having her way inside. And, of course, Patton just filling it up from the outside. So Swain will have to go man on Patton. there does seem to be some players that Swain can leave alone and not have to worry about, but certainly Patton and Thompson are not them, and that was not a pass, although they may credit her with it. And there's Lloyd with her 4th point of the ball game.
That was a gift.
And there's another steal.
Yes.
Hicks almost has it. That's going to be off of Patton.
Every pass we're doing, Toby's a lob.
And telegraphed. We're
Yes.
looking, staring it down and trying to
You
lob
just
it.
can't do it and expect it to get to where it's going.
And again, we've got 2 Lady Devils all the way back, so numbers are not on our side. Back to Stiles in there, and Thompson sweeps that one away, and here comes a fast break. Jones with 2 fouls can't attack, and Brown back in to try to help. That ball hits the ground. Stiles picks it up. So Emily Stiles.
Foul by number 5, Stephanie Patton.
We could afford for her to pick up a couple more, to be honest.
Really
with
quick.
you. Carrie Jones quickly into the lineup for Gabby Jones. Taylor Shooter quickly in for Brooklyn Brown. So we'll try some fresh troops against its Hayesville trap and see how this works.
Because there's not a dull moment for the Lady Devils, because they have to be on guard every second, because Hayesville is everywhere.
Well, the trap doesn't end now.
No.
Most teams, the trap ends, but
No,
it's not over.
It's everywhere.
And there's Thompson looming back there to pick it up and go all the way. There's 50-50 balls we pretty much got to have and not leave her open.
Wow. That is an amazing shot. She's deadly.
Yes, she is.
She missed 1 tonight. I think she's made 3 threes already.
Thompson with another steal. Patton pulls it back out, sweeps it under to Thompson, who'll go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Thompson's first trip to the line, and I would venture a guess, as complete a player as she is, she's pretty good from there. And it's on its way, and I jinxed her. Yay.
Do it again. Do it again.
Shooting 97% from the line.
And Toby says 1 word and she misses. There we go. That's pretty good.
It's the broadcaster jinx. Works sometimes. We're about 50-50 with it. See if Thompson makes the second one, and she does.
There's your 50-50.
50-50. Thompson with 5, and suddenly the lead is ballooned to 35-12, and Hayesville will back part of their press up to half court. Jones cross court to Hicks. Hicks into the trap area, finds Schuler. Schuler turns and goes to the hole.
Good job. Way to go to the hole.
So Taylor Schuler with the bucket, and Swain with their 4th point of the quarter. And unfortunately, they're a lot farther away than they were when the quarter started.
Right.
Cutters, Stiles picks that one up.
Good job. Good steal by the Lady Devils.
So Hicks with 4 to beat. And now to Medlin. Medlin to the corner inside
Good
to
passing.
Schuler. Fumbles it away, but Stiles and the Patton tie up, and we'll see whose ball it is.
You see that crisp, fast passing. We've got to do
pass.
that. We have got to get the passes.
And the low block is the vulnerable spot.
Yes, definitely. There, it's open all the time.
And there's
12.
a foul. And Stephanie
Anderson.
Savannah Anderson, sorry. Thompson with a quick rest. She gets Patton out. And Swain will inbound again. Finds Medlin. That's well within Taylor's range. It hits the back iron and off. And here come the Jackets as Anderson sprints out of there. Kicks it to the wing. Back cross court to Thompson. Short elbow extended jumper, and Thompson's got that down. And she now has 7.
She's got a very nice shot. They just have too many weapons, Toby. It's just, there we go. There's that trap you were.
Good job, Taylor Medlin, getting a hand on that.
Get a hand out there.
And turned it right back over. That's fresh into the game, Eliza Harris for the Jackets. She's new to the game. That's got to be a walk. And they got Emily Stiles with a foul. I
think they just look for Emily's number.
I think you're right.
And call fouls on her.
So Emma Cox will go to the line. She's going to have a 1-and-1 here as the Lady Devils have 8 fouls now and Hayesville 4. Lydia Sale up off the bench and in for Stiles, who now has 3 fouls. So Emily in foul trouble. Adriana Kaler up off the Swain bench and in. And I'm just going to go ahead and assume that since they're from Hayesville, they shoot free throws really, really, really well, because that's the logical assumption. So Cox with a second one on the way, 38-14 your score. It's off the mark. Sale with the rebound.
Good
My
rebound,
broadcast jinx worked again. And now Hicks will direct traffic against a man-to-man as Jackets are trying to pick up people. Kaler on the baseline dumps it for Schuler. Nice job by Schuler. Nice basket. And we got a timeout.
We have a timeout by.
So we got a clock adjustment issue, I would say, and we've got subs coming into the ball game. As back in is Emery Patton and Kamota Lloyd. I apologize to the Lloyd family if I'm not getting that name right. But
That's not a.
It's not an everyday
name. No, it's not.
They go strictly to her on the block, and she just up and over top of Schuler, but Kaler with a rebound.
A foul?
Mugged over there, and
they finally called it.
They did call it. It's the 5th foul on the Jackets tonight. Nobody in foul trouble for Hayesville, of course. Lady Devils have 3 on Emily Stiles and 2 on Gabby Jones.
Whoa.
I'm not sure where Lindsay was throwing that one.
I think it was to Lydia Sale, and Lydia went towards her instead of staying put.
Zigged when she should have zagged.
Yes.
Lloyd again on the block, kicks it back out.
She walked.
And that's Harris with the run and go at it. And 1:21 left in this one. The Lady Devils trail it by 22 at this juncture. And let's see if they can cut it a little bit here. And there goes Jones to screen, and it looks like they're going to run the flex offense, except they have lost their way now. Jones
Gabby,
for 3.
Ooh, pretty shot.
So
That helped
Carrie
tremendously.
Jones puts us back inside of 20 on the pass from Sale. And now Hayesville into the front court. Harris on the wing, down to Lloyd. Lloyd goes to the low block. Thompson with the jumper. She's short on it. Kaler grabs it. AD coming in to fill the stat sheet. Back over to Kaler on the wing. She's got a clean look at a 2. It's on its way, and AD
just barely was on the line.
had a toe on the line, and
Yes.
it's not a big toe, folks, because she is really small.
Ooh, a throwaway ball by Harris gives Swain back the ball.
And that gets Stephanie Patton
We've had a little
back
spurt
into the
right
game.
here, Toby.
Well, that got Stephanie Patton back into the game pretty
Okay,
darn
all right,
quick.
well.
To get things going the way they want
You
them.
can't get the passes over her arms, I'm telling you.
Yeah, she's
It's
got
just
some
when she gets you in
arms.
a trap, you're, I mean, unreal.
So it's man-to-man again. Let's see how Swain attacks this. Caitlin Dills checked into the lineup also, by the way. Hicks dribbling, and Jones spins out of it. Shot is on the way short. Hayesville fights for it. Caitlin Dills tries to rip it out of there, but coming out with it is Patton, Emery Patton, and Stephanie Patton. Almost knocked our GoPro off the back of the backboard there.
That's
with
the
her
most
shot.
off she's been all night.
It is the
My
most
goodness.
off. We need to yell horn more often. The horn's going to blow on her. So we go to the half with the Lady Devils trailing at 38-21, but that second quarter, Tammy, was just devastating for Swain.
Well, they scored 10 the first quarter
Yep.
and 11 the second quarter,
Yep.
but they started out so slow and
did.
they let
They did.
Hayesville just run away there for a
Yep.
while, so we dug her hole. Now we're trying to dig it back out of it a little
And
bit.
it's a tough hole to dig out
It
of.
is. I mean,
We've got 10 minutes on the clock, so we'll put the camera on that instead of our beautiful mugs and let you go get a snack or a drink or some refreshment, and we'll be back with you in about 10 minutes for the second half action of Lady Devil basketball.
Oh, yeah, push that up.
Hello again, everyone. We're back. Second half action almost ready to get underway. The Lady Devils trailing by 17. But, you know, as we said, Tammy, it was not a bad other than that stretch, the start of the second quarter,
First
it wasn't
3 or
bad
4
at all.
minutes of the second quarter, it was dry, and then
Yeah.
they finally broke the ice, and they probably outscored Hayesville the second part of the second quarter.
Yeah. And, you know, the thing is that people need to understand is, yeah, the record's, 2-14, but over the past 5 to 8 games, this Lady Devil team has played so much better. It's really hard to describe to people who aren't here to watch it. They've really come together. They've played well. They've executed, and they've done a real good job. And it doesn't always translate into the results we want, because you're facing a team that's 5 senior starters who've been together since
probably seventh
freshman,
grade.
7th grade year. Their goal probably is to win a conference championship.
Or a state championship. I'm sure
championship.
their goal is to win state. That would be the ultimate.
So we got a 2-on-1 because everybody's mixed up with where the
Wait,
ball's
we're going the wrong direction. They shot there last time, y'all. It's this way.
Well, then it's Robbinsville's ball if we're pointing this way, because we're going that way. So they're getting it straightened out. It's Hayesville's ball, not
Hayesville.
Robbinsville. I'm thinking about wrestling.
Well, that's next Friday night.
It is next. We have not got any updates on the wrestling, by the way. Coach Neil Blankenship telling me during the halftime that it's not even scheduled to get underway till 7.
Oh, okay. Well, it's just starting.
So
it's
it's
7
just
o'clock
getting
right
started.
now.
That tried to.
Way to
Emily
go,
Stiles
Emily.
ripped that one around. She couldn't get to the arm of Bryce Graves was interlocked with her, and the official couldn't see it, so he couldn't call the foul.
And did he call the foul?
He did finally call the foul.
Wow, we've
yes.
got 1 foul. They've got 1 foul, and we have 0. That's a first.
That's a first. We lead in fouls. Jones off of 2 picks
Way to
all the
go.
way to the hole, but there rests Amanda Thompson. And there's a lot of Maroon Devils hitting the floor over there.
Should be our ball since Hayesville got to start the game, the second half.
Yep, you're right. I tell you what, I bet they at Hayes will have to assign a full-time stat keeper to Amanda Thompson, because I've tried to keep hers along with ours, and I can't keep up with it.
She's everywhere.
By what I've got, that's her second block shot, her third steal.
Pretty pass. Good job. Oh, just about, Lydia Sale.
And here she comes barreling into the front court, leading the break, finds the open Bryce Graves, but overthrows her. So it'll be Swain basketball again. Hayesville content to hang back in the half court.
That was a pretty pass,
It
just a
was.
little bit too high.
Graves was a little too short for her.
Correct.
So 7:01 at the 7-minute mark. Nobody scored yet here in this second half of action. Finds
Lydia
Sale to the baseline, blocked again by Thompson. Another rebound.
Another steal.
And now we've got a 4-on-1. Poor Taylor Medlin.
Good
and look
job.
at that. Good job, Lydia Sale, not giving up on the play, getting down and getting a rebound, helping out her teammate. So many times players want to just watch and assume it's going to be easy layup.
You
It's
got
not
a
inside.
pretty
Nicely
pass.
done.
Good
Nice
job.
pass by Taylor
Medlin.
Medlin to who was that? Gabby Jones.
Gabby
wasn't it?
Jones. Very good pass. We've cut it down to 15.
And there's
another
turnover.
throwaway. I think Hayesville's kind of the first minute and 45 seconds of this half, they've kind of lost their.
They've lost a little focus, perhaps.
They've thrown away like 3 balls already this half. And that's-
Schuler checking in for Sale. And find her. Tries to go down low to Medlin, but stolen away by Graves. And here's a Patton on the break, and she is fouled by a couple of Lady Devils. You get to pick which one.
I bet it'll be Emily Stout. No, they called it on Gabby Jones.
If I'm not mistaken, that's her third.
Is it?
And that's going to send Patton to the line for 2. And she's been pretty good. 3 of 4 in the first. 2 fouls on Jones, so that's good. Now she's 4 of 5. That's a pretty high percentage. She seems to fall under my jinx occasionally. We'll see if that works. No.
Are those braces on her knees, you think?
They're
Leggings?
combination neoprene sleeves and knee pads.
Oh, okay. I've not really ever seen.
And there's
A player.
Thompson with an easy steal. Her 4th of those. She dishes it off.
Ooh,
And
good.
Oh, goodness sakes, Taylor.
Good job, Taylor.
That's where you scream a little bit, Taylor. Nice block.
Really nice. And they didn't call a foul.
No foul.
That's amazing.
Well done. Wide open look for Anderson, and that's off.
Ooh,
Styles got it, but Thompson rips it away with another steal.
You can't breathe with her around because she's going to come after it.
5 steals on the night for Thompson, and Hicks and Medlin exchange, but she's got to move. She's got to go somewhere with it. Left-handed, we've seen her make that.
Way to go,
and
Lindsay
Hicks with 5 now, and it's 42-25 in favor of the Jackets. Double screen for Patton, kicks to the opposite side. Medlin tries to get a piece of it. Anderson penetrates, elbow extended, and she's got it.
That's about, you can't stop it.
No, you got to give up something when you're playing that kind of defense. That's what we're giving up, and that's okay. Long rebound out off the Jackets. It should be Swain basketball.
Swain ball.
So that worked out rather well. Carrie Jones in for Taylor Medlin.
She looks peaked
yeah,
tonight.
she doesn't feel good.
She doesn't feel good. You can tell she's.
And timeout Swain. This is going to be a 30, so we'll keep it right here. I want to mention to you, if you're watching us here on the Maroon Devils Network on YouTube, you need to go ahead and subscribe and spread the word so that others can subscribe, because now as you subscribe to YouTube, as I understand it, you get automatic notifications that the Maroon Devils are getting ready to come on, and you can watch it. So it's kind of like a little reminder to jog your memory that something new is coming up on the Maroon Devils Network, and we've got lots of stuff going on there. And as a matter of fact, tonight we're debuting our second camera we're real pleased with, and we'll play Where's Waldo and see if you can find it.
It would be hard to find. I would never notice it myself.
We almost had to take Tammy down and
I
show
know
it
they
to
said
her.
that red thing. I won't give it away.
It's on the Swain backboard.
But you can't see it. I can't see it.
It's right above the red light. So Hicks on the wing now will reset the Swain offense. So they come to this side. The offense is set, maybe not set. Not sure they know what they're doing offensively. Hicks with 3 on the way, batted out of there and comes away with it. Jackets with numbers. This Jacket attack on a fast break, nothing like the Braves attack we saw. That was a good job by Emily Stiles to almost what I thought
it should have been a charge. In my book, it's a charge, but
now
she
Hicks
did it.
into the front court, and Swain just called a timeout. Back to Jones, and it rolls in. Nice job.
We'll take them any way we can get them.
Carrie Jones with her 5th point, and it's 44-27. Much better start to this third quarter for the Lady Devils. There goes Anderson right down the middle. Thompson looks to come and get the ball. Tipped away by Jones, and a nice steal by Jones. Falls out of bounds, kicks it to Schuler. And now the Lady Devils, Hicks into the front court. Pushes her way out of Anderson's way, running one-hander on the way off the back iron of the rim. Patton comes running out with it. They've got to stop her. She's got numbers. Tries to kick it. Jones gets a hand on it, and Taylor Schuler says, my bad, as she made sure Patton stopped. She got her money's worth, though.
You know, that's not a bad thing.
And Annie Hyatt into the ball game for the first time tonight. Hyatt, usually an offensive substitution for Coach Nathan Medlin. Hyatt rushes out to try to get Anderson, and Anderson banks it home. Anderson getting her sea legs about her here in the second half. Hicks passes off to Jones. Jones to Schuler. Schuler shot, but fouled on the play by Anderson. So Taylor Schuler will get 2 free throws. And you know what? This is only the 3rd time the Lady Devils have been to the free throw line tonight. No, they've not been to the free throw line at all. I'm sorry. I forgot I had Amanda Thompson's stats at the bottom of ours.
So this is the first time we've been to the
first free throw shots of the night.
Unbelievable.
Taylor Schuler.
Pretty. Oh, thought it was going in.
She'll get a second one. Up off the bench is Madison McClure for the Jackets. She's got Savannah Anderson. Anderson leaves the game with 14 points. Second leading scorer for the Jackets. Shot up and off by Schuler, and McClure tracks it down, looks up court for Patton. Now she'll take it herself and set the offense over to Thompson's side. Lloyd has snuck into the ball game as well. She's positioned on that backside block and wide open. But
good no call by the referee there.
It was a good call, no call. Annie Hyatt with a hand in on that one, and that's McClure.
That's a freshman coming off the bench.
First bucket of the evening. Kicked over to Jones on the wing as she looks, finds Schuler. Schuler dribbles, going to the hole. It's knocked out of bounds. It'll be Swain ball.
I tell you, Hayesville has a good bunch of middle schoolers coming up. We played them last year, and they were all 7th graders, so they're 8th graders this year, and so they have a good bunch of girls coming.
Well, quite a tradition over there.
Yes, there is.
Women's basketball. Checking into the game was Kaler, who's getting dogged out here by McClure, and Lane, who on cue takes that pass, and then Brown, who's on the baseline. And Lane overthrows Kaler, and it'll be Hayesville ball from right in front of their bench. So 2:25 left in the third. It's been a pretty quickly played game, to be honest with you. 2 team fouls for each team here with the third quarter almost over.
It's unusual for Smoky Mountain officials to call this few fouls.
Thompson with a 3 on the way. It's out of bounds. It'll be Swain basketball, one of the rare misses of the night for Thompson, who now has 9. And Swain will inbound it. Kaler will set the offense against what appears to be a 2-3 zone defense that's aggressive on the ball. They're going to try to get after the ball. And they find Hyde on the backside. She looks, dribbles, improves herself, looks again, finds Schuler. Schuler against Lloyd, poked out to Kaler. Kaler now tries to go in, and that's ill-advised as Thompson blocks that one, saves that one. And now here come the Jackets all the way to the hole, and Annie Hyde is going to get called for a foul.
We have 4 returning starters getting ready to check into the ball game just to get a breather.
So Cox will go to the line, and we'll have 4 new Lady Devils when the horn sounds after her first free throw, which is off. And Hicks, Jones, and Medlin in. Brooklyn Brown will stay in the post, and it looks as though Eliza Harris is set to check in for Cox. Cox's second attempt is good. That will get Harris into the game, Cox out of the game, and Hicks will inbound, and here comes the Jacket pressure again as we're at 49-27. Curious move.
Right. Totally different than what they did the first part.
Jones with a 3 on its way. Back iron, no good. Thompson one-hands it, pulls it out of there for her 6th rebound. Now leads the break, goes all the way coast to coast.
She just rebounds and takes it down so effortlessly.
Yeah, it just
crazy.
Looks easy.
It does.
Good ball fake by Jones underneath the Medlin. Batted right back to Taylor. Taylor trying to get around Harris, and finally the foul call on Harris for a block.
She thought, I got by with it a little bit. I'll just try it a little more.
I can understand why she'd be confused. 51-27, 1:16 left in this one. And that's into Jones, and she fumbles it out of bounds. And 1:16 left, it'll be Jacket basketball. Thompson inbounds, it'll go to Graves. Patton and Thompson both on the same side of the court now, so my guess would be the ball probably needs to go to the left, the bottom of your screen. Patton in the corner all alone. They go to Harris over here. Now Gabby Jones drops back on her. Thompson with the ball up top goes against Brown all the way baseline, finds Patton out on the 3-point line. Patton improves herself, finally misses a shot on the night.
Good job.
And Carrie Jones tracks it down, and it'll be Swain basketball as Lindsey Hicks leads the break. Dribble stops herself, penetrates, had a wide open Jones on the opposite wing. Didn't see her. Medlin improves her position and cans it. So Taylor Medlin with her 5th point of the night. It's been a struggle for Taylor, both with the flow of the game and probably how she feels as much as anything.
Right.
So now the Jackets with 20 seconds will hold for the final shot. Thompson down on a low block. She goes high now. And Brooklyn Brown's got her. Kick back to Patton, who improved back to the top. And we're at 10 now and counting. Graves dribbles inside. Harris will find Thompson. And that foul is going to be on Patton, Emory Patton again. She should not be shooting free throws, I don't think.
I wonder if Stephanie Patton and Emory are brother or sisters.
They don't look a lot alike, but that doesn't mean anything. So Swain to inbound. And pass into Cat. Her shot is on the way. She's fouled. Fresh off the bench is Amy Martin, and she's in the stat column now with a foul, and that will send Rainey Cat to the line for her first free throws, most likely of the season.
She could have a really good percentage if
she could hit both of these.
She'd
be cooking with oil.
She would. There we go. She's going to be 50%
at worst.
At worst.
She may lead the team after this.
And I believe,
that was a jinx for sure.
We don't need to do it to them.
Yeah.
She walked, kind of running a little bit before she put the ball down on the floor.
Lane back off the bench into the game. She's got Kaler, as AD will take a seat.
But you know, these girls keep hustling the whole game.
They do. They play hard.
They play hard. It just doesn't fall the way we wish the baskets would fall.
That one swatted at by Cox, swatted again and out of bounds off of her. 145 and counting. It's 66-30 in favor of the Jackets. And now Lane in the backcourt will set the Swain offense. She goes against McClure. She goes all the way inside, poked out of there by Hayesville. Here comes Harris on the dead run. She kicks it ahead, but no avail. She went hard into the stand.
Rainey got by with a
little bit of a push.
Push there. Well, she didn't mean to. Her body just kind of, they ran into each other. Let's put it that way. Incidental contact.
Yeah, we've seen that tonight. So, yeah, Joe's right. Incidental contact again. So McClure works against Lane, crossing over. We're to 120 and counting. Harris cuts across the lane. And now that's Martin to the top. She goes inside to the other patent. Now Harris goes in. Brown dogs her, and the shot is off. And Lane with the rebound. So here comes Lane into the front court.
Gabby Lane is a hustler.
She has a lot of athleticism. Kaler on the floor, all the way to the hole. Shot on its way. Somebody on the ground again. That's Brooklyn Brown. That's Cat with a rebound and back up and in.
Back in.
So a couple offensive rebounds and 3 points for Rainey Cat. Now a little mix up on who's guarding who. We've got that straightened out. Kaler dogs Harris out on the wing. Harris goes all the way to the hole, blows by her. Shots off. Cat fights for it. Kaler fights for it. And that's on the floor. Lane's got it, controls it. Back to Kaler. Chaos ensues. We're down to 30 points, 30 seconds and counting. And that one's out of bounds off of Hayesville. So Swain basketball, and they'll inbound it from right about the water cooler down there. And Lane will throw it in.
Now let's meet our starting lineups for tonight's men's contest. First, for our visitors from Hayesville High School. Number 3, Owen Gibson. Number 10, Vance Rhine. Number 20, Braxton Cox. Number 30, Grant Arancibia. And number 34, Zach Cottrell. And now for your Maroon Devils. At one guard, number 10, Drew Ball. At one forward, number 20, Phineas Little. At the other forward, number 21, Grant Schuler. At center, number 23, Jake Moore. And your other guard, number 24, Noah Hicks.
And hello again, everyone. Toby Burrow and my good friend Tammy Burns here for the call of this men's contest coming your way. The Hayesville Yellow Jackets in town. They like the female team, number 2 in the Smoky Mountain Conference, behind those Cherokee Braves. And
Cherokee's got both first
places.
Yep. I can't say those words
they
together.
Sure do. And we're going to see one of the premier basketball players in Western North Carolina, and number 34 jumping center there, Zach Cottrell. And he can absolutely fill it up, folks. He's a dandy.
Is he signed to go anywhere yet?
I don't know. He's only a junior. But,
is he junior? Okay.
Yeah,
I thought he was.
He's that good. He's going somewhere. It's just a question of where. He fumbles that one away. Hicks will stay on him. Try to keep a hand in his face because he is in range once he enters the gym. Hayesville will be very, very patient on offense. It's not uncommon for them to run a lot of clock. He goes down low against Hicks. Post him up, shot
Great
up and off.
Great defense by Hicks.
Jake Moore with the rebound, and here come the Devils with a chance to take the lead. Little one dribble, proves himself, jumper up, rattles around everything and goes.
Hicks did a fantastic job defending him a minute ago.
Noah's an outstanding defender, and he's drawn the tough assignment on every game night so far. So I think he's up to the challenge. Now they've messed up because nobody's got Cottrell. I'm not sure Hayesville's realized that yet as Hicks pokes it away down low. And that foul, as Vance Ryan tries to go in, is on Little, I think.
Their arms just got tangled up. I don't know.
Well,
his arm could have tangled him.
We saw that in the girls' game. And that's Cox to this corner to Arancibia. It's off, but Cottrell's under there for the rebound. Hicks bothers him, but not enough as Cottrell lays that one in with a rebound. So they will press half court. And here comes Little into the front court, backs it back to Ball. Ball looks underneath, can't get it over Cottrell, who with a 6'5" wingspan, that's a tough, tall order. Now Hicks faces that, kicks it baseline to Marr. He thinks about it, Schuler for a three, and it's down.
Good. Pretty shot.
So Grant Schuler on the board, it's 5-2 Devils. Press full court. It's Ryan and Cottrell to beat it. Cottrell cross court to Cox. Cox penetrates, kicks it back across court. A lot of ball movement. It's up and off, and that's Cox with a tip in. Braxton Cox with an offensive rebound. So the Jackets, both their first baskets off offensive rebounds by Cox and Cottrell, and there's a reach in on Owen Gibson. It'll be the first foul of the ball game.
You know, Hayesville will be pretty tough next year also. They have 3 juniors starting with 2 seniors. So.
They're really a year away from being maybe something real special.
Right.
But that may start now, and if Cottrell gets this, he'll dunk it, folks. He'll try. And I'm sure that will not please his father.
Nope.
Grant Schuler throws that one right at Phineas's little foot. And
that should have been kickball. It should have been a.
Ryan with the foul call, and this thing starting out about as good as Coach Scotty McMahon can script it probably, facing this 11-5, 6-1. And there's a kicked ball. They got it that time. You had to say something. He was
he was on the line. Drew Ball was on the line, though. That's really what they call
it. All right. Let you off the hook then.
All right.
Gibson, double team, finds Cottrell. Now they got numbers. Marr, the lone man back. This time Cottrell decides I'm not going to miss it. And he's got 4, and the Jackets have got 6.
That has to be embarrassing to try to dunk it
I'm
and
sure.
miss.
I wouldn't know.
I would have me either. I always wanted to be tall.
Alley-oop to Marr. He kicks it back out to Hicks.
Pretty
Hicks
shot
jumper
by
on the
Hicks.
way is off, and Cottrell with another rebound. That one's off of Marr, and here come the Devils with numbers as Schuler goes all the way. Blocked by
He
Cottrell.
just kind of thought, that's my ball. I'm taking that away from you.
Yeah, I didn't mean
kind of
to
how
do
that play
It's
went.
a do-over. So the Jackets employ 5 new ones off the bench here in the early going. 5:14 left. It's 6-5 Jackets. And
We
that
have
one-
another Cottrell coming off the bench, I think, number 5.
There he is.
Josh Cottrell. That is
Right on cue.
the brother
He's a
of
freshman.
Zach. He's a freshman.
You can see he's a little shorter. He's listed at 6 foot.
He's not 6 feet.
He's listed at 6 foot, but I agree with you. He's a little shorter than that. But
Yes, he is a little shorter.
Zach is listed at 6'5", and he may be a little taller than that, so they may average that out.
There's a little bit of happy feet right there, but they didn't call it. So
Jackets showing big patience, trying to wear down these Devils, and there's a big rebound by Josh Harris, who drops that in.
we have got to charge the boards and get those rebounds.
Schuler into the front court will be double from behind. He finds Little back up top. Little battles through it. Schuler with another 3 on the way.
Ooh.
It's off the back rim, no good, and pulled down by Honeycutt. And Harris into the front court now, backs it back out. We'll stall things up. There's Cottrell on the wing, 3 on the way from the younger Cottrell, front iron, and Hicks with the rebound. The Devils have subs at the table as well. Pace has not been that frantic, but play has been hard. Hicks on the wing, finds Schuler. Schuler gets the overrun Honeycutt.
Pretty shot.
And that's Grant Schuler's specialty right there, folks. 2 dribbles, stick it. And now they're going to press again against the second unit of the Jackets, who kick it on ahead. And they've got numbers. They'll hold it up with the younger Cottrell at the S, now guarded by Hicks. He goes to Harris. Schuler's got him. Back up top to Bixby. And he kicks it over to Rio. Little goes for the steal from behind. Doesn't get it. Looked like a walk before the foul, but they're going to get the foul anyway. And it'll be on Jake Marr, his first. And 2 shots for Richard Honeycutt, who is a 6'4" junior. The Jackets, a notoriously good free throw shooting school in general.
You know, they have 1, 2, 3.
Cody Cooper and Brett Treadway check in for the Devils. They get Jake Marr and Drew Ball, and Honeycutt will shoot his second.
9 juniors and 2 seniors and 1 freshman on this team.
So really a junior-laden ball club.
Big
And
time.
pressure comes now, and they give it.
Oh, I started to say,
Ooh.
really?
I was going to have to question that one. And I guess they feel with.
Not that you or I would ever question referees.
No.
No, we wouldn't do that.
I guess they feel with Drew Ball out of the lineup, they're more apt to be able to pressure and get something out of it. Cooper on the block doesn't get anything. That one's off Hicks's foot, and it will be Hayesville basketball. Inbounding will be Bixby. Now Cottrell will work it over to the right side, kicks it to Harris. They look at the block, but it's just simple screen away. Trying to get the ball on the low block. Again, a lot of this involves just trying to wear down the other team with the second unit running through a very patient offense. Good strategy.
I was thinking about the JVs. Our boys won tonight. The Swain JVs won.
Right.
So the younger Cottrell doesn't have a lot of talent, pool talent coming up to help him when he gets a little older. You know what I mean?
Unless it's on the 8th grade level.
I don't know.
It may very well be there. And here comes 5 more new ones off the Hayesville bench. I don't think all of them are new there. That's a walk, and they got it out front on Bixby, and that's Cottrell. That's the starters back in. So quick substitution, about a 3-minute flurry. And now let's see if the pressure picks up a little bit on the Devils. Again, a lot of this an attempt to wear down the Devils and make them make mental mistakes. And there is a mental mistake.
You know, the subbing those 5 out didn't hurt them.
No, not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
If you can do that.
It makes you an awfully dangerous team to be that deep. It keeps everybody involved in your program, and it's
Keeps
just
kids
good strategy.
happy also.
It does. And it gives them a role to play, and they obviously played it very well. They were able to hold their own. They keep wearing, and the stuff shows up in the fourth quarter. Again, we want to say to you on this broadcast that we had 2 cheerleaders, Autumn Cocker and Kaylin Key, who were selected all Western region cheerleaders. And that will qualify them to be in contention to maybe, perhaps, fingers crossed, pom-poms in the air, become all-state cheerleaders. And that would be quite a feather in their cap. There's great defense by Noah Hicks.
Great steal. And a great no call by the referees.
We've seen that time and time again. He drew Dustin Johnson in the Cherokee game, and that's a tough draw.
Ooh, pretty pass. That's the way to work the ball.
So Cottrell into the front court, 6'5" point guard running the show for the Jackets. Kicked back out to Arancibia. He improves his position off of the glass, no good. Schuler with his first rebound of the night. He averages 7.5. He goes all the way, fade away, back iron, no good. Arancibia, nope, check that. That's Ryan with it. He's got Cox all the way to the basket, full bore, lays it in.
He's kind of like number 20 on the girls' team.
Absolutely.
He just takes it.
It looks effortless, too.
He decided he was going to the goal, and he went.
And Gibson almost had a steal there. Again, they're playing the obvious passing lanes, making you go to the ones that are harder and throw it over their trap. Angel Bowers into the lineup for the first time for the Maroon Devils. Treadway against a double team. It's on him, all over him. He kicks it off, and there come the Jackets. Cottrell with another chance, lays it in. Cottrell has yet to hit a jump shot. Everything's been layups.
He's not tried another dunk since he missed that first one.
He hadn't had to work very hard to get his shot off either. Phineas Little lays that one in. So early score from Rosman, 6-3 us.
Robbinsville.
6-3 Black Knights in the early going. So we're just about 2 matches into that one. And come on, Devils.
Yes. It'd be a big
big win
to beat them tonight in wrestling.
At Robbinsville, too. That's not easy to do over there.
Some of our boys really fared well at the James Orr
They did.
wrestling tournament.
We'll try to get into that
too.
At the quarter break. We're at 54 seconds.
That should be an easy 2. Wow.
Blocked by Arancibia, and there he goes the other way to Gibson on the wing. Gibson tries to throw it under.
Way to go, Noah.
Angel Bowers and Noah Hicks cannot save it. It's out of bounds, but 42 away, and that can spread things out in a hurry, as can offensive rebounds. Hicks with his 3rd defensive rebound. And Schuler with a 3 on the way, back iron, top of the rim, and pulled out of there by Hayesville. Here they come. They throw it ahead, tapped away by Schuler. Good hustle on his part. We're at 23.6 to go, and Grant Arancibia, 6'4" senior, will inbound it for the Jackets. And that's Cox, who is willing to take that 3. Isolation on that side for Cottrell. He goes all the way the whole spin and lays it in. And this is a different dimension for Zach Cottrell. Last year and the year before, he was strictly a 3-point and long-distance shooting
Good shot by Noah Hicks.
And now he has incorporated the inside game, and that makes him at 6'5", very dangerous.
I think he will get some looks.
Oh, absolutely. You said a key there in wrestling that we probably need to hit on. We had Graham Allen, Ross Inslee, and Chris Miller all finished second at the Robbinsville tournament this past weekend, which included 13 teams from all across Western North Carolina.
I mean, you've got Tuscola in there,
Yeah,
Pisgah,
absolutely.
some big schools that are big wrestling schools
Avery,
also.
Mountain Heritage,
Right.
we're both there. So there's a lot of wrestlers there. And for that kind of showing, that was an outstanding night for those guys.
Right.
So hats off to them and wish them the best, all of them the best tonight. Hope they come away with a big win over there at Robbinsville. That would be a heartbreaker for the Black Knights to lose that thing.
That'd be
at
devastating
home.
because they're pretty on a cloud nine right now.
Yeah, they are, and for every right to be after
Right.
finishing off an undefeated football season and rolling right into it. So 16-13 your score here. The Jackets up top by 3. Zach Cottrell already 10 points on the night. We don't have any scoring averages for the Jackets, but we have to assume that he leads them in scoring.
All those points have been underneath, too.
And everything
Pretty much.
inside. And it's hard. There's nothing Scotty McMahon can draw up
We can't
to
stop
counter
it.
a 6'5" guy taking you into the paint.
No.
It's like taking you to the woodshed. There's not much you can do about it except score down here on the
Not
scene.
many 6'5" guys in our conference have ever been able to go coast to coast
Right.
and do that. Usually
here he
they're
is
under.
again.
Right.
Hicks back, tries to dissuade him. He does.
Oh.
Batted right back to him. He regains possession and drops that one home. And that one thrown away by Little, and it's 18-13.
Our boys are having a little bit of trouble like our girls did. Their
It's
passes.
length. It's length.
Yes.
There's a lot of length there. And we got Keyshawn Beener into the game for the first time. He'll get Little out. And 7:29, and Coach Scotty McMahon really doesn't want this thing slipping away. Kind of in danger of that happening.
Right.
Ball 6'4", he's got good length. 6'5" with Cottrell, good length. They've got Cox at 6'1", so it's a big, big team.
Our tallest guy is 6'1", or we've got a 6'2", Grant Schuler.
Jake Marr probably stands 6'3", and he does not have the kind of mobility that these guys have.
No.
Gibson with Drew.
Should be no shot.
It's going to be on the floor. And that's on Drew Ball. Not a bad foul by Drew. It'll be out underneath instead
just
of 2
kinda put his
shots. Yeah, just kind of rode him a little bit. No big deal. 7 minutes exactly in the second period to play. Cottrell inbounds at Cox, breaks free.
Pretty play.
And Cox with his second basket of the game and an assist to Cottrell to fill out his stat sheet. Schuler into the front court. Cottrell dogs him, and he throws it blindly, and Arancibia's got it, goes in and lays it in. And timeout quickly.
Well taken timeout right now.
By Coach Scotty McMahon as it quickly bolts to a 9-point lead at 22-13 with 6:42 remaining in this first period of play. And that's a tough break for the Maroon Devils. That press really gets rolling on you. You got to stop the momentum, no two ways about it.
Same thing that happened with the girls.
It is, and it was the second quarter
yes.
As well. Played well for 3 quarters, but the second quarter was the backbreaker.
Yes.
Yeah, it was the real backbreaker. So anyway, if you're watching us tonight on the Maroon Devils Network, thanks for joining in. And we ask, go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and subscribe to the Maroon Devils Network on YouTube. And that way you'll get notifications whenever we get ready to go live with events and so forth. And we've still got a lot of ball left to be played here in our winter sports season as well as the spring sports season coming up. So
I saw the fields starting to be.
Yeah, we're starting to work on them, get them in shape. And
I like the pits they've made over there for the sand and the
new sand
dirt.
pits and dirt pits.
That'll be nice. Very nice.
So the Devils working it up, walking it up against this pressure. Schuler into the middle, dribbles, kicks it, and out of bounds. Trying to go to Angel Bowers down on the block.
They handled the pressure a lot better that way. They were more patient, and the passes were better.
Can't get in a rush.
You can't get in a rush against them, though.
So the ball inbounds right to Hunter Rio, who's into the ball game. Braxton Cox lines up a 3, and Schuler with another rebound. Devils push it out. Hicks with a short jumper from the corner. It's off. Beaner against Cottrell is no contest, as Beaner's given up about 6 inches. That was a walk from the younger Cottrell,
yes.
but a foul on Grant Schuler.
I thought he took off and had a couple of steps before he should have.
So younger brother will get some free throws from the pass from older brother. Couple on the way. The Jackets 2 of 2 from the line so far. 3 of 3 make it. Jake Frizzell, Brett Treadway in the game. Drew ball, Angel Bowers check out. Josh Cottrell will have his second on the way, a 6-foot freshman for the Jackets. It's up and good. Frizzell and Beaner both go to throw it in. Cross court to Treadway. He comes under control. Hit from behind. Hang in there, Brett.
Yeah.
And call for the travel.
Hayesville is very, very quick.
They're long.
Yes, they're long.
They're deceptively long. Both boys and girls teams were longer than I remember them being in years past. So Josh Cottrell will now set the offense. His brother goes down on the block and works against Hicks, where he knows he's got a height advantage. And they're going to work you down and make you play defense for a couple of rotations through their offense.
Just wearing.
And there's
good defense.
Good defense that time. Frizzell, the designated 3, he misses that one. Hicks fights to keep it alive, can't. Cox comes out with it, kicks it to Josh Cottrell in the corner. He improves his position, finds his brother down to the corner to McClure, who's fresh in the game. And now Cottrell, the younger Cottrell, Braxton Cox finds the three-point range finally. He's been one of the only ones who's willing to shoot a 3 so far. Hicks down low, back up top to Schuler. Schuler drives, and of course he had a wide open Keyshawn Beaner, but a foul before he could get there with it. Phineas
Keyshawn
Little,
is a freshman.
He is a freshman. Phineas Little and Ben Miller check into the lineup. Treadway and Ball out.
I think we're a year or so away, too, of being a pretty great team. We've got a lot of talent coming
this
up.
This Hayesville team is a lot of juniors, and this Swain team a lot of sophomores.
And we got a lot of good freshmen that play on the junior varsity.
Little with a point-blank shot, couldn't get it to go. And now without Zach Cottrell on the floor, they will look to run some clock and some offense. The prevailing theory offensively is if you can turn your offense over, in other words, go through it 2 to 3 times, the defense will eventually get tired and either foul you or give up a layup.
Yes.
And I believe that's another foul on Arancibia.
It is.
Could be put him
Charge
in a little bit of
paint.
foul trouble, and it's quickly Harris off the bench to get, my guess is Arancibia, and he is.
Phineas Little was patient. So
Little and Miller play catch with Schuler ahead of them. And cross court right to Harris. Ill-advised pass by Miller. Little and Harris go down for it. Harris saves it. Cottrell backs his way in.
I don't remember him playing middle school ball last year. Number 5.
It's a youth foul. And Jarrett Schuler off the bench. And one of the Devils senior along with Jake Frizzell and Noah Hicks. Miller almost picked off for the Miller, also a senior, almost picked off that time. Go inside to the younger Cottrell. Miller digs it out of there, but unable to come away with it. Hayesville. And there's a good job, Ben Miller taking a foul on Vance Ryan, and I think that's a second or third on Ryan as well. As quickly subs in for Ryan and Tyler McClure. Jarrett Schuler will get Grant Schuler. Phineas Little will work it up court with Ben Miller and Jarrett Schuler. working it. Miller can't get rid of it. Frizzell saves it, dribbles out of it. Hicks has got it. They leave him alone, and he sticks it.
Sticks two.
Good job by Noah as he ball faked, and everybody left him alone. He was wide open.
This second period has doomed the guys right now.
Yeah.
I mean, they can come back out of it, but same scenario as our girls went through.
But again, the pressure eventually wears on you mentally as much as it does physically.
Oh, I remember that.
To the point of making mental mistakes, which we've done quite a bit here in the second period.
Right.
Miller, again, with a turnover, and they kick it ahead and lay it in.
Easy baskets. I mean, they've not done anything fancy tonight by long shots and all that. It's been.
And there's another thrown away ball, just mental mistakes by the Devils. Darren Blankenship is going to get Ben Miller, but it's Hayesville basketball again with 2:30-39. And these Devils may not be able to escape the second quarter. May not end quick enough for Coach Scotty McMahon and his guys.
We can go in the locker 15 or less. We're still in the ball game.
Yeah.
They've got to really.
Phineas Little with the rebound, and here come the Devils. Little puts it on the floor, drives, kicks Frizzell. Frizzell drives, kicks it back to Little. Little penetrates, shot is up and good. Phineas Little with 6.
We've scored the last 2 times we've been down the floor. That's what we've got to do.
So last time up, Cottrell looked to isolate Darren Blankenship on one side of the floor. Now he's got a 3 on the way, and it's good. I'm pretty sure if there were any of the Cottrell children over there who couldn't shoot, they were put up for adoption, because they sure didn't come through the school system. they could shoot like nobody's business.
Shoot the lights out of it.
And Hunter Rio with another breakaway, and Rio's got 4 points on layups. Schuler will advance it, kick it back to Little. Little penetrates between them, ball on the floor. Both of the Swain people back off of it, and they've got Harris.
Foul.
Yeah, they got Harris charging ahead. Jake Moore, Grant Schuler, Drew Ball back into the lineup.
When I was at Western back in the 70s, their dad was the head basketball coach.
And a very good one. He still ranks among Western's all-time leader in wins.
Right.
And I remember they put together some very good basketball teams in the late 70s, early 80s.
The Reed Gymnasium would be packed out.
Absolutely.
It was packed out every game.
And,
it was exciting up there during that time. Basketball.
Coach Cottrell, the elder Coach Cottrell, Steve Cottrell, a Hall of Fame coach in my book. I mean, he's just a fantastic coach in terms of getting his kids to play.
He was a
within
motivator.
his system. I mean, he could get them to play within his system, and that's.
I'd have been afraid not to have played.
Absolutely.
He could flat get some. He was a spitfire. Let's just put it that way. He'd get so mad on the. I went just to watch him on the sidelines a lot.
And it was worth the price of admission. I did the very same thing.
Yes.
Frizzell has hit.
He's on the line.
Shoes are too big.
There you go.
He hit 1 of 2 anyway. We're 34-18 now with 1:28 left. So it'll be Blankenship, Ball, Hicks, Schuler, and Marr on the court for the Devils. Rio looking to penetrate again as he has 4 points on 2 layups. Cottrell thought about it but decided against it. They try to go inside, and that was blocked by Schuler and rebounded by him as well. Now he goes all the way coast to coast, tries to get it up, and gets waylaid as the Jackets had a lot of the ball and quite a bit of him as well. So Grant Schuler will go to the line. He's got 7 on the night to lead the Devils, along with 5 rebounds. And Zach Cottrell up off of the Hayesville bench to check back in. He has a game-high 12.
Front end to the 1-and-1, good.
Cottrell gets Harris out for the Jackets. Josh Harris. Schuler's second is short, and it's off. Poked out by Marr, but kept in line by the Jackets. Now Rio goes and kicks it. And it'll be off of Drew Ball.
Quick hands. Good job.
And it will be Josh Cottrell to inbound from right in front of Coach Sherry Wright and the Swain Cheerleaders. Cottrell tries to swing off the screen. If he'd kept going, he had a huge mismatch. as Darren Blankenship had hedged off to help on that play. Darren all of 5'7", 5'8" at his best.
Right. Not only can the cheerleaders cheer, they did the national anthem tonight
They did do the
before the
national
ball
anthem,
game.
and
It
did
was
a
very
good
good.
job. They did a very good job with it. And the Jackets are going to play for the final shot
Yes.
here.
That's fine with me.
It's fine with all of us.
Yes.
And if you're old enough to remember it, this is just Carolina Four
I know
Corners
exactly
right
what
here.
you're doing.
That's all it is.
I don't like Carolina right there. Field forward, I remember it well.
We'll get down to about
4-2 at halftime would be scores.
We'll get down to right about
Oh,
now.
right now.
And Cottrell's going to break off of about 27 screens and get a shot right here. There it is, 3 on the way. Nothing but net.
Jeez. Unbelievable.
Told you he was good, folks.
Yes, that's first 3 he's made tonight, isn't it?
It is. That's going to do the first half of the Jackets on top, 37-19. Just stay tuned and keep an eye on the clock. We'll be back when the halftime's over in 10 minutes. And we're back, folks. The Maroon Devils trailing in this one 37-19, but good word out of Robbinsville is the Maroon Devils are up 21-14 was the last score we got, with Graham Allen's weight class to go, and he just won by 1 point. A decision in Allen's match, which should put the Devils up 24-14 now. So Coleman is wrestling now, and we'll keep you updated as we get updates along the way. Devils and Jackets going at it here, and Zach Cottrell finished the first half with 15 points. And that's Orange Sebia with a 3 on the way. And sure, why not get him going, as he only had 2 points in the first half. Drew ball against huge double teams. Orange Sebia steps in, but Littles can't get a hold of it, fumbles it out of the way. Cottrell fumbles it, and then, oh my goodness, what an outlet
3
pass.
on 1.
What an outlet pass. Good night, Bill Walton-like.
I like how you remember in the day they used to walk all the way over here right in front of the,
that's apparently too much work.
I guess so.
Technique has gone downhill on a lot of officials.
I remember in the day we had to raise our hands straight up and straight back down. If you flung it up, they'd call a technical on you too.
I think we should go back to that. Now the Jackets are in high gear. Timeout, Scotty McMahon. He's seen enough, and we've gone from 36-19 to 45-19 in the span of not even a minute. We're at 7-12 in this one, so things really steamrolled out of control. And Tammy, you just, unless you're, I'm just so impressed by Hayesville's trap.
Oh, it's amazing.
They are so long. It's next to impossible to throw over it, and if you do throw over it, they have time to recover because you have to throw it so high to get it over top.
Right.
It's just incredible. Now they're going to up the pressure even more with full court pressure.
That might be easier than the trap, though.
It might be. Now here comes the back. And what you got to look out for is the guy coming from behind. There's a guy coming from behind.
Oh, that's a beautiful pass.
It was a beautiful pass.
I thought it was going to the left wing over there.
17 for Cottrell now, and there's another one. We got to just make the easy pass, folks. We got to quit trying to make the hard pass. The Jackets are just hitting on all cylinders. I don't know what Michael Cottrell did at halftime, but he has lit a fire under them.
They are playing
lights out.
Yes.
They are playing like the best team in the conference, and I mean that as no insult to Cherokee. Again, January 30th, it's going to be a heck of 2 ball games over there. With the and that one is down and out for Schuler. And Cottrell looks ahead to Gibson again. He just kicks it back to Cottrell, thinks about it. Nah, I'm going to pass it. Orange Sebia will, and he's off with an air ball. Gibson back to Cottrell saying, please go ahead and shoot it so I can get an assist. And that one's laid in by Ryan, who's on the board now. He hadn't scored until then.
You know, Cherokee beat Hayesville at Cherokee by 12 back on the 2nd of January.
Yeah.
So we're looking at 2 games that night. We'll decide either Cherokee's all out Smoky Mountain Conference champs or they share it.
Right.
That's a lot on stake for Cherokee.
It's a lot on stake for both teams. And
yes,
like I said, it's going to be a heck of a ball game. 2 ball games, actually. The girls game.
And boys, same scenario.
Girls game and the boys game. And they'll play out almost like identical footprints, really. Both games will be very similar in not only the way they're played, but the styles that each team possesses.
Cherokee has the same style, boys and girls, and Hayesville has the same style, boys and girls.
Exactly
so
what I was saying.
Yes.
That's my point, that it's going to be the same with both games in terms of the style of play. Hicks for a 3. It's on its way. No rotation on it. And Marr finds one underneath. So Jake Marr with an offensive rebound and stick back, and here comes 5 new ones. Cottrell with a deep 3 sees he's going out, so why not get it up and see what happens for me. Noah Hicks with a rebound. He's not normally in the mix for leading rebounder. He's got 4 tonight. Schuler has 5 to lead the Devils. Little tries to go off the dribble with Cottrell, can't get it to go. And out of there comes, oh my goodness. Cottrell dribble penetrates all the way to the hole, dishes it off.
Keep your hands up, Jake.
Couldn't get that one blocked, and that one's in by Ryan. And Hayesville will take a timeout to get their 5 subs into the ball game.
Because for 3.5 minutes, those guys went full bore.
Full bore. They went as hard as they could go. So 4:32 left in this one. It's now 30-point lead for the Jackets at 53-23. Just an amazing display, to be honest with you. I'm almost speechless.
It's nothing.
At how well they play.
It's nothing spectacular. I mean, it's just basketball.
Yeah.
It is just your basic fundamentals in basketball that they're doing completely correct. Hustle, defense, and the shortest shot you can get.
Treadway tries to lay that one up and can't. Here come the Jackets the other way. So now the second unit will push it up and down the court and try to wear a little tread off the tires of the Maroon Devils, if you will. Harris cues up a 3. It's up and off. But even when that's happened, there's too many black shirts in there to get a rebound for the Devils. Look at that. That's the 4th attempt before Treadway comes out of there with it. And he was fouled. I think he was fouled. Yes, he was. So Brett Treadway finally coming away with it, and it's still man-to-man pressure, but here comes a trap just as soon as we say that, and there's another turnover. Hicks raking around trying to pull the ball out to no avail, and Josh Cottrell now will set the play as his father Michael calls it.
The older brother, what was his name? I forget.
And things are going well in Robbinsville, folks. It's 29-14 now as Coleman Jenkins pinned his man. And like I said, we're in the middle of the best part of the order for the Maroon Devil wrestling team, starting with Graham Allen. And so Graham and Coleman, 2 of the seniors, doing a wonderful job with back-to-back wins.
Ross Inslee's wrestling as we speak.
Ross is in that mix. So hopefully Ross can get a win and put the Devils up even further. That one's off, but more black jerseys just being active. Phineas Little pulls out of there with it and heads up court. Little over to Treadway. Treadway looks inside, finds Little. Little spins to his right, shoots with his left, and is good.
It's a good play.
Cottrell will play catch with Rio on the wing. Now here's a screen coming back the other way. Harris will use a screen to improve himself. Jackets just showing patience at this point. They've had a couple of shots that they could have taken but haven't. There's Rio with one. It's short. Hicks tries
somehow
to come
came
out
up
with
a rebound.
And that's going to be called on Hicks or Treadway 1. Hicks, I believe. Keyshawn Beener up off the bench for Phineas Little.
Their ball movement is fantastic.
Cottrell lines up another 3. It's off. Beener with a rebound. And I feel quite certain that's why he was substituted into this game. And Cottrell whistle for a foul. Only the 4th foul of the second half. And we're at the 2:21 mark, so this night steamrolling along. Hicks in the air to get that, dogged by Harris. Pulls himself back out, goes around Beener's screen all the way to the hole. Hicks
go in, ball.
Hit every part of the rim but the bottom. And now here come the Jackets going the other way. Cottrell with the ball on a string, moving it up and down. Moves over to his right side of the court to set the offense. Goes to the corner to Harris. Harris back over to Bixby. Cottrell fires another 3. That one's off the back iron, and we got a foul on Angel Bowers.
Pushing off.
Out of all that, with Hayesville getting active on every ball, and out of all that comes a push off on Swain.
Do many of the Hayesville boys play football?
I'm sure there are some. I recognize some of the names, Cox and Harris. They've been
a basketball school, though.
They work harder at basketball, and Michael Cottrell is an excellent coach.
He is.
As is Chad McClure, or they wouldn't be doing what they're doing. That's no slide against Scotty McMahon or Nathan Medlin. That's just
Whoa. Good call.
So the steal by Schuler goes for naught. And the Jackets still on top of this one, 53-25 with 1:30 left. And we've got no more wrestling updates as of yet. But we thank Tavish Brown for keeping us posted on that.
We do. Ross Inslee wins.
Ross Inslee pins his man, and now the Devils up 35-14 with Caleb Woodard on the mat now for the Devils.
Oh,
so
that is awesome, Toby.
the Devils are building their lead. And we heard more good news on the Devil wrestling front during the halftime break that Spencer McCoy is slated for his comeback match on Friday.
Friday night. We were
Friday
talking
night.
about we would not like to be the person that he wrestles first.
Do not want to be that person. But,
Nope.
you know, the Maroon Devil Network will be right there with that one. So
Where is that
it's
match?
here.
Who are they wrestling?
I don't know.
Don't know.
And Hayesville missed a free throw, which is next to
Wow.
a criminal offense in Clay County. So he was going to add on about
He'll probably
100,000 sprints
Yes.
to his resume. Padgett hits the second one, though, to save himself some sprints.
And you know we've been playing the second platoon.
Yeah, with our starters.
For the last half
Well,
of this, 4 minutes and something.
I take that back. Grant Schuler, the only starter still on the court. Ben Miller has checked into the game. Cody Cooper into the game, as well as Angel Bowers to join Keyshawn Beener. Miller
Well, I was
drives
talking
hard.
about Hayesville's team. Their
Right.
second platoon's out there also.
Turnaround by Beener is short off the front iron, and now here come the Jackets sprinting up court. Miller cuts off Cottrell. Beener with the rebound. Schuler into the front court now against Harris. Harris goes for the steal, can't get it. Schuler goes by. Beener and Cooper battle for it. Schuler battles for it. And a nifty save by Harris, but he was standing out of bounds, and we're going to, for some reason, we have some issues with undeciding who that was off of. Ask me. It was off of Harris.
It must have been. We have the ball.
So the Devils inbound. Angel Bowers over on the wing. Back out to Schuler. Schuler dribbles his way around, finds Cooper in the corner. He fires one to Bowers. He can't hold on, and now Harris will have a breakaway. Miller saves it but can't, and with 8.3 left, it'll be Jacket basketball. And Josh Cottrell will inbound.
Miller is fast.
He is fast. He did a good job of tracking Harris down on that one. Cottrell set to line up a three. Instead, it'll have to be Harris from the top of the key. It's off, and Cooper with the rebound. And that's going to put us through three with the Jackets on top, 54-25. So we're 8 minutes away in this one, and the Jackets have had their way, holding the Devils to 25 points, and quite frankly, one of the best defensive performances I've ever seen in high school basketball. I'm not exaggerating by any stretch. It's been
That's
a clinic.
what wins basketball games.
It's been a clinic, and they are absolutely played lockdown defense on the Devils. Zach Cottrell out on the wing with it. He goes inside, pump fake, and it goes for
So patient.
Vance Ryan. You're
You get
right.
the best shot.
Yep. Schuler penetrates, running one-hander off the front, and it's off. Grabbed by Gibson, smallest player on the court for the Jackets. He finds Cottrell on the wing, catches it on a bounce shot from the corner, off, poked out of bounds by Jake Frizzell. So it'll be Hayesville ball from underneath their own goal, and Grant Arencibia will throw it in for the Jackets.
I'm glad you're having to say that name.
I had to say it last year. I wouldn't have remembered it. And
Oh, man.
Cottrell gets lost on the pick and comes around wide open and hits the basket and then gets fouled. And he'll have a chance for a conventional three-point play. And a lot of twos on his ledger tonight. He's got double figures at halftime, and he's added to that now.
A three-point play the old-fashioned way.
Old-fashioned three-point play. And they're still trapping. Frizzell's got nowhere to go, and Hicks has got it.
There has to be somebody open over here.
Yeah, they got to rotate it instead of dribbling it.
They're going right back over there.
Frizzell will fire a three, and he's got it. Jake Frizzell, designated three-man, and he buries one. Puts the Devils to 28.
Nothing but net.
Nothing but net. Owen Gibson will control the offense now. Now Arencibia will back his way down. Tipped by Schuler, but not enough. Arencibia is open underneath. They kick it back out to Gibson for an open three. Blankenship can't get there, and Owen Gibson buries one.
I bet these guys live in the gym.
Well, when it's going your way, it's a whole lot easier to bury those jump shots. And we got a push on the double team as Darren Blankenship doing what he should have, an aggressive move going baseline there by Blankenship, and it drew a foul.
You can't stand there and let them
No.
get all over you.
So Blankenship now looking to throw it in, gets it past. Frizzell will line up another three, has it tapped. Blankenship keeps it alive. Good job by Darren Blankenship. Hicks up with it. Foul. And
good job drawing the foul on that.
So Noah Hicks will get a pair of free throws here. Noah with 6 points on the night. No Maroon Devil yet has reached double figures. They have 28 as a team. And Hicks, of course, it rattles out. This will be the Devils' 6th free throw of the night. Of course, like I said, it's been a pretty clean played ball game. There's not been a lot of fouls called on either team for that matter.
They've let them play pretty well.
They have.
And that's unusual for our conference, I think.
Jake Frizzell with a good offensive rebound there. Now Blankenship in the corner with no dribble. Frizzell's got it. Kicks the Blankenship, lines up a three. It's on its way, back iron, and it can't go. Now Cox with a rebound, blows. Nope, that's another offensive rebound, and Swain taps it all over the place. Saved by Blankenship, and we got a foul going the other way as Grant Schuler tumbled to the deck. Beaner checks in for Schuler. 5:47 left in this game, and that leaves Noah Hicks as the lone Maroon Devil starter. And Schuler kicks it into Blankenship. And we'll see if the Jackets are going to continue to trap. It's a huge trap with
I don't think they're going to let up.
Huge trap with Hicks and Arencibia out here on the right wing.
They're just ahead 34, so, maybe he wants to get it to 40 before he quits trapping.
Well, it's his starters against our reserves.
Yes, it is.
So, come on now. Keyshawn Beaner will get a free throw. We have reached the 1-and-1 on the Yellow Jackets before the Devils have. And Beaner makes the first one. So the freshman will get a second one for his trouble. Keyshawn off the bench with a couple of rebounds and shooting for his second point now. The Devils go with him. Jake Frizzell, kind roll for Beaner. Brett Treadway
Very
down, Blankenship and Jarrett Schuler. Beaner with a good defense to challenge that shot. Blankenship into the front court. Finds Schuler down in the corner. He's immediately double teamed as we've grown to see, and everybody runs and leaves him. There's 4 black shirts, and that's all. He tries to drop it off to Beaner, but no avail, and Treadway forced the block. Good job by Brett Treadway. So it'll be Swain ball on the side. And Michael Cottrell is putting Hayesville in a 1-3-1 zone now. And I would venture,
I bet you it'll be a 1-3-1 zone trap.
I just about guarantee that they'll trap out of it.
Yes, they will trap out of it. Oh, that's pretty.
To Cox, and Cox makes it. And this is becoming a far-fetched scrimmage now. Treadway on the wing, he's trapped.
Yes. He still has his Cottrell still in.
And a travel on Treadway, so 4:46 remaining. And Jackets inbound and bring it up court. Gibson works the other side. Cottrell runs off of 2 screens, goes up and through. Beaner and Treadway doubled him, and the foul will be on Treadway. No, check that, Beaner. If it's on Beaner, that's probably a bad call as he stood his ground. Now Cottrell will go back to the line where he's 1 of 1 for 2.
But you know, Hayesville has 2 complete teams. Really, they have 4 of their starting 5 still in, 4 of them. But the other 5 that's been off the bench have played just as much as the first 5.
True. It didn't get any weaker with that substitution either.
No, and I don't know if they have. They don't have but 1 more player besides the 2 teams, the 2 platoons. So pretty much.
And he could have very well worked his way in. I don't know.
I don't know.
How did that not hit his foot? He bounced it right off his foot. I guess the officials are done too. That was about as poor a call as you're going to see. And almost blatant right in front of the Swain bench after he and McMahon had exchanged in a conversation back down. It was almost one of those I'm going to show you businesses. Cottrell against Beaner. Gets help, kicks it, contested, and still goes in. So Carl Bixby is now on the board. Everybody but Tyler McClure scored for the Jackets. Treadway penetrates. Look at this game on film and be really upset with themselves because they've had the backside block wide open several times.
When you're trapping that much, you've got to have the backside open.
Treadway's 3 is off. Beaner, nice job staying alive with it. Treadway again fires that one up and off. Beaner's got a bead on it. Couldn't get there though.
Oh, that should have been a.
And Hayesville's going to take a full timeout. And we will as well as we try to gather a wrestling score for you. We'll be back in just a second. So as we come back, it'll be Hayesville basketball. The Jackets have subbed with their second unit, which has been pretty much as effective as their first. And the Jackets Beaner with a rebound. The Jackets trying to run some clock there. Last score we had wrestling-wise was 35-23 Swain. 220 weight class Craig Cutshaw on the mat for Swain now.
How many more weight classes are there? 2? So Robbinsville really can't win, can they?
They would have to score 2 pins. That'd make it 36-35.
Wow, if they pin both our heavyweights.
Both of our heavyweights. That'd be Craig and Corbin Wildcat usually wrestles that one. Hunter Rio with the bucket, and it's 69-30. Rio will get a second one, and it's good, of course. Phineas Little in the game, so we've got 3 sophomores, a freshman, and a senior on the court for the Devils. I could see where if Hayesville were to get the wrong officiating crew, they might be in a world of hurt. Now, I'm not saying they've committed fouls by any stretch, and I'm not saying this officiating crew's done a poor job. I'm simply saying if somebody wanted to be to call every single instance of a touch or a push or that, for instance.
Right. And we've seen that so many times in our conference.
And you see that sometimes
yes.
when you get a different officiating crew.
Yes.
But Hayesville's so deep, I don't think it would
they've
throw
done
a
really good job tonight letting them play.
They have.
And I like that.
I do too.
I can't stand everybody. If you breathe on somebody calls a foul. I don't like that.
And you may say, well, they had to be pushing during that trap. No, they're just that much taller than us. And it makes it so hard. Beaner with a good job knocking that one out.
About knocked it right into the goal.
Little works his way on the other side. Jarrett Schuler way up top. Now the dead ball, they do a good job of covering that up once the ball becomes dead. Little for a three, and he's got it. So Phineas on the board.
Is that his first points of the night?
No, he's got 11 now.
11.
So 109 and counting, and the Jackets just, how was that not a walk?
He threw it up and caught it.
Can't pass it to yourself, can you?
Not last I saw in the rule book, you can't.
Foul on Jarrett Schuler. And the clock is going because we have a 40-point lead. I'm assuming. And so this game will end on these free throws in all likelihood. Harris is going to shoot them. His first trip to the line tonight. And it's good.
Have we wrestled Robbinsville yet this year?
Not one-on-one.
This is the first time we've done.
We were over at the Orr Classic this past weekend, but that's not one-on-one.
Right. That's one on
13.
Yeah. The last 15 seconds of the ball game.
Jarrett Schuler's shot is away. It's off. Beaner with another rebound. Keyshawn, a good job. Little fading away. No good. Beaner with another rebound. But that's going to do it, folks, as the Jackets imposed their will here at Swain tonight. 70-33 as they took 72-33 as they take the win over at Maroon Devils. So for the Maroon Devils Network, we'll be with you wrestling action on Friday as the Maroon Devils come back home for that one before they start individual duels and conference tournament and all that stuff coming up. And then we'll be back here next Tuesday with Maroon Devil basketball action coming your way live on the Maroon Devils Network. So keep tuned to that. Against Robbinsville. So it should be a good night all the way around. And our for being here tonight, helping us out.
No problem. I've enjoyed it.
And thanks for tuning in. We'll see you down the road.